Hi, fifth grade. This is Mrs. O'Hearn. I made this video for you so that you can see how we're going to make a triptych. So you've done your planning page and you know where your journey or migration happened. I did mine about a trip that I took with my family to see Falling Water, which is a famous house in Pittsburgh or near Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. It's a funny story. We stayed at a hotel because it's kind of far away. And when we got to the hotel, it had this weird like Texas kind of Longhorn decor, and they had an indoor pool. So that's what I'm drawing right here is the my 3 kids in the pool. They all had goggles on. And I'm just using watercolor pencils. Watercolor pencils are kind of magical. They look like a normal colored pencil, but then at the end of the video, you're going to see what happens when we add water to this. It's really neat. So again, I like to use oh, here comes the water. So you can see the water just makes it a lot brighter and it blends everything together. So I've used, if I colored with 2 pencils over one area, like in the middle child's hair, I used orange and brown. Watch what happens when I paint her hair. It gives this brown outline with this kind of orangey and it blends it together. So it's sort of neat. The background of this painting was just like a glass wall. And I pretended like we could see the outside of the trees. There's my cat. Drinking the paint water. Ugh. Not healthy. Okay, here I am. I'm painting the water. When I painted these sort of like long vertical stripes and left some white space, the water looked more realistic, like it had a shine. Here I'm drawing the 3rd part of my triptych. This is when we actually saw Falling Water. Falling Water is over a waterfall, a house built on a waterfall, so that's what you'll see. And it was raining the day we went, so that's the umbrella. There's the waterfall part of the water. It's just not very exciting when we use the watercolor pencil before we add water. It looks sort of boring. But the exciting part, of course, is when we add the water, which is just literally water, a paintbrush, and I dry it off a little on a paper towel every time. I don't want like a super wet paintbrush, just a mildly wet paintbrush. Drew some trees. I tried to really fill in the entire piece of paper. I'm really trying to mimic like a Jacob Lawrence style in my triptych, where you see the people are sort of like these shapes. Their heads are these shapes. Their hair even. The trees are shapes. And the last part of this drawing is basically outlining with a flare pen. So after everything is dried, I just come back on top, and this is where I can really do the drawing part of my drawing. Everything's already been colored, but I can go back in and fix now. This is going to cover up the pencil. It's going to cover over the watercolor a little bit, and it just gives this nice definition. I think this is a really fun part. I love these flare pens. They're so cool.